What's good, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to this YouTube channel, and please make sure you click the notification bell and make sure you give me a big thumbs up and also leave your comments down below. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another reaction video. Welcome back to my channel. How's everyone doing today? I hope you guys are doing a-okay. And again, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Alright, so today, y'all, we're going to be discussing Damien Crier and Luvd by Erica. So if you're not familiar who Damien Crier is the father of the Prince family. Damien Prince, and Luvd by Erica was Damien Crier's girlfriend. If you clicked on this video, more than likely you follow Damien Crier, Luvd by Erica, or you follow both of them, so you know what's going on. You know, last year Erica announced that she was expecting after being in a very short-term relationship with Damien Crier, and there was a lot of drama with the whole Damien and Erica getting together, and then you know, we seen a lot of videos, live footages by Erica, and then last year, in the summertime, I believe it was the summertime, Erica did a live in the hotel or the resort of where she was at for Damien's birthday, where Damien basically deserted her at the resort. They got into her or something, and Erica did a live crying, and at that time she knew she was pregnant. So y'all, look, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna give you my thoughts of what I've been watching. You know, Erica has now came out with a video saying that she was pregnant with twins and she lost one of the twins in the pregnancy, and so she delivered a baby, but she only delivered one. And us as women know that, you know, that's a terrible experience to lose a child, okay? So this video might trigger some of you. If it does, I'd advise you to click off, okay? If you just don't want to hear about that or be reminded of it. So Erica did a video the other day where she was in, like, it was black and white footage, and she was holding the baby in her arms, and a lot of times she had to mute the sounds because she was crying, and she just wanted, I guess, to let us know, I guess that was the birth announcement, that she birthed the baby and one of the children didn't survive.
I would have never thought that I would have to do a video like this. I thought that it get easier like as time progressed, but it really don't.
And she talked about how she's trying to, you know, gather her emotions in herself, you know, because of losing the pregnancy, or losing one of the children in the pregnancy. She talked about leaving people in 2020 and moving on with 2021. And she talked about basically being a mom, single mom of 2 children. Because if you know, if you watch Erica, Erica has a child, I think his name is Cam, and he's 8 years old. So as I was watching Erica's video, my first thought was, girl, I didn't even know you had the baby. Like, there was no birth announcement or anything like that on YouTube or Instagram. We know that Erica definitely announced her pregnancy on YouTube. And I was like, I mean, wow, girl, I'm sorry that happened to you. You know, that's tragic. I'm sorry that happened to you. That was my initial thought with Erica's video, okay? So then Damien puts out a video, So y'all know, watching Erica and Damien, they have went back and forth on YouTube. If you guys remember when Erica and Damien, one of their breakups last year, Damien put her and her son out in the middle of the night. Erica filmed that, and another YouTuber put it on YouTube. Okay, so a lot of Erica and Damien's relationship, if not all of it, has been played out on YouTube. So then I watched Damien's video where he was talking about, you know, telling the truth. So from Damien's video, Damien basically was explaining he does not believe that there was ever a twin pregnancy. Damien referenced 2 dates in his video, October the 23rd and September the 23rd. And Damien basically said in that video that on September the 23rd, when she was probably, I think Erica's like 5 months pregnant, she was notified by the doctor that she had something called invisible baby syndrome, and where the twin pregnancy basically evaporated. Damien said that it's a rare occurrence, and at first, I guess it was first founded in 1945. Y'all, you know, you got to do the research on it. Y'all didn't do the research. I was just listening to what he had to say. And I was like, okay. Damien also said on October the 23rd is when he got the text message from Erica that he needs to call her because it's important. And once he reached out to her, she then told him that they lost one of the children. Damien said he was very hurt. He cried. She cried. That, you know, they went through their emotions. So listening to Damien, I'm still like, okay. But my thought is this, y'all, and let me know if you guys are thinking this down below. From the time of October to when Erica actually delivered the baby, which I'm assuming she delivered the baby either end of December, early January. Why? And they were still putting up videos. Damien was putting up diss tracks. Although it's Erica's body and she has the right to put out whatever information or not put out any information about her body. But even Erica herself didn't put out any videos to let people know. Like the same video she put out the other day holding one of the babies and letting YouTube know that one of the babies didn't survive. I'm trying to understand why she would not have put up a sit down video coming to YouTube saying, you guys, I am still pregnant, but I just found out that one of the twins did not survive. Because between the time, you know, between the, you know, her talking about her pregnancy on YouTube, I would just think even after she, you know, and the reason why I feel that way is because you come to YouTube now to let us know that the baby didn't survive. So me personally, if it's something hard for you to deal with, you wouldn't have spoke of it at all. But because you initially announced your pregnancy on YouTube, obviously when someone announces a pregnancy, we would hope that there would be eventually a birth. So you would have to, you know, or should, I'm gonna say that because you don't have to do anything, but you should announce the birth. And when she didn't do that, you know, soon after she found out, because if she found out in September or October, either month, you know, there was still time, even after she, you know, dealt with the grieving part. Just like she put out a video the other day saying, I lost a twin pregnancy. Or saying it then, especially after you put up videos during that time of knowing that you lost a baby. So I was just curious of why she waited so long when her fans were expecting a twin pregnancy. She had a baby shower, or like a virtual baby shower online, where people sent gifts, about a twin expecting a twin birth, and nothing happened. Well, the twin pregnancy didn't happen. So Damien basically was like, he doesn't believe she was ever pregnant with twins, because he said once he found out that she was pregnant with twins, he found out via social media. But we know that Damien and Erica were back and forth with their relationship. And Damien also put up videos where Erica was there during Thanksgiving. She was there during Christmas. Like, there was time that they seemed like they were in a happy place. And even if they both came together as a couple, because, they conceived this baby as a couple, if they would have came together as a couple and said, you guys, we regret to inform you that the twin pregnancy is no longer a twin pregnancy, it's a singleton pregnancy. But they both chose to handle this differently. And she put up her video, he puts up his video. So Damien said that he wants a DNA test. Damien said he wants a DNA because he wants to be reassured that this child is his.
I didn't sign a birth certificate, and we talked about this. I wanted to sign a birth certificate after I got the DNA results back.
So he said Erica is mad because she asked for a DNA. And I believe Damien's asking for a DNA because the influence of his family was like, do you even have proof she was ever pregnant with twins? Because based off what Damien has says, he's never seen a sonogram. He said every time he asked for a sonogram, Erica would say her mama has it. Because they live 2 hours away from each other. And, Damien lives in Houston and she lives wherever she lives in Texas, which is 2 hours from Houston. And Damien said that he wasn't able to make it to every doctor's appointment. He wasn't able to make it to everything. So he basically relied on her information. And he said the doctor's appointments he did make it to, Damien said that because of COVID, he was not able to go in the hospital or the clinic with her because of COVID. He said boyfriends, husbands, nobody could go in, just the mother. But we do know because of COVID, and in the event that you have a delivery, they are allowing one person in the room. And we know now, Damien, because Damien just put out another video at the time of me filming this video. Damien just put out another video where he showed pictures of him in the hospital and cutting the umbilical cord. So we know that he was the one that she chose to be in the hospital room. And if you had doubts about her information about this vanishing twin syndrome, why didn't you question the doctor who delivered her baby then? Now, I understand HIPAA, right? But she could have asked the doctor after the baby was born, maybe the next day, when the doctor come in to check on you to see how you're recovering, she could have had that doctor, because more than likely the doctor that delivered her baby is the doctor that's followed her through her pregnancy, since she had a high-risk pregnancy. Why did Damien question the doctor at that point? With Erica in the room and Erica giving the doctor permission to discuss, unless that... See, do y'all see what I'm saying? Like, it just seems so odd that they're bringing all this to YouTube. I'm going to be honest, you all. As I was watching Damien's videos, both of them, y'all was getting Jay Cook vibes. Y'all remember Jay Cook, the man that had the one night stand with the chick and thought the baby was his and then found out the baby wasn't his after he did a DNA test on her? Y'all remember that? Damien is giving me Jay Cook vibes. My thing is this. I personally feel like Erica and Damien's relationship, the reason why it's so toxic is because they did not give each other a chance to get to know each other on a personal level when they start dealing on a business level. I believe Damien used Erica to influence his channel because we know couples channels are big on YouTube. And once he didn't need Erica anymore, he kind of discarded her. Erica, I believe Erica is the type of woman that's looking for love in all the wrong places. A lot of people like to say that Erica also is chasing that YouTube clout. Damien also insinuates that too. And that could be a possibility. But I definitely know, just listening to Erica, that she's definitely looking for love. And she thought that she found it in Damien. I believe Damien probably led that girl on to a certain degree. And at some point, once Damien started to get to know Erica more, like on a personal level, he probably discovered, yes, she's really not my speed, but he had already slept with the girl. He's been intimate with her. We know that Erica latched on to him really quick. And we know for a lot of men, men, they're not as emotional as women are. And Damien was able to walk away because he was never that emotionally attached to Erica as Erica was to him. Damien seems to think that he has so much clout on YouTube and people will just do whatever to get his clout. But, maybe, but at the end of the day, Damien, you're still just a regular guy on YouTube with a YouTube channel. Like, that's it, sir. You're not no big celebrity. Obviously your son has more celebrity status or clout status on YouTube than you do. Damien always wants to reference when it comes to Erica about, her using him for clout, when initially, Damien, you knew the reason why y'all came together was the clout to benefit both of you guys. It was to benefit both of you guys. So for you now to keep referencing to her about using you for clout, well, that's how y'all got together anyway, to use each other for clout. So you're basically like the professor. You built Frankenstein. So you can't get mad of the results. And that's just, what I'm thinking. Damien said something in his video where he says that he's not denying the little boy. He hopes the little boy is his. He just wants to get DNA for reference, okay? Or assurance. But he said something in the video, in the second video, that just didn't make sense to me, okay? I'm going to let you guys hear this real quick.
Good or bad, I think even if the baby came out, not even mine, I probably would still be there for her and her child, because I was there from the beginning and I was there to the end. And the end is that now the baby is actually here, and the baby doesn't deserve to come into a world, an innocent baby, come into the world where both parents are so against each other in such a negative way.
So, Damien, if that's the case, if you would take care of this baby, if you would be there for her, regardless if the baby is not yours, then why are you doing a DNA test? If that is the case, if you felt like you would still be there for that little boy, then why did you put Erica and Cam out in the middle of the night last year? Because I would think the same way you're feeling for this little boy, you would feel the same way for Cam, because it just sounds like you love kids because you got a bunch of them yourself already. Y'all, me, personally, I feel like Damien is a bunch of smoke. And I'm not saying that Erica may not have been truthful about the twin pregnancy. I don't know, right? I believe Erica probably said to Damien, I'm pregnant with twins, because being just pregnant was like, okay, you pregnant, especially for Damien, because he, 50-something years old, got 6 kids of his own already. So to say you pregnant, okay, you pregnant. But to say I'm pregnant with twins, obviously that's a pregnancy that stands out. I don't understand why he never made or influenced her to let him see some paperwork on this whole vanishing twin syndrome thing. Now, he said that he did get something that was just a link to vanishing twin syndrome from the doctor, but my personal feeling is if the doctor sent you a link to the vanishing twin syndrome, that doctor don't have time to play with you and Erica. Like, that man is about money. He wouldn't spend his time to send you a clinical note about a syndrome just for your own informational purposes, because if that was the case, he would refer you to Google. I don't know, y'all. I just think I think all this is very immature, these people, because at the end of the day, there is a life involved in this. It's clear that Damien and Erica are very toxic for each other. I think Erica really feels like Damien owes her more. But Erica, you need to realize, me personally, Erica needs to realize that she owes herself more. Stop latching on to the first thing that wink at you. I think that's the problem, because even when you got pregnant with Damien, you already knew that your relationship was shaky anyway, but you proceeded on and you end up getting pregnant very shortly after you guys got together. Like, you really didn't even know him. Now, Erica also said, Damien said that he had already bought the DNA test, but Erica said, no, I want to do it professionally. And Damien said that she referenced that your son got money and she didn't want to go to Houston. She wanted to do it in her city. I think Erica was meaning by saying that. I think her meaning was, she feel like because your son has money, he can influence the test. And if we do it on mutual ground, meaning at a hospital in her city, so she don't got to travel, and I get it, sis, because you the mama, you the one with the baby. I think that's what she meant. She wanted to do it where everybody is unbiased, or like the hospital is unbiased, because she probably felt like your son can manipulate some things because he got the money to do that, and he would most definitely do that for his dad. That's what I think. It's just unfortunate that Erica is in this situation, because it's obvious that Damien's son is not real fond of Erica. The prince, Damien Prince, he probably feel like she trying to get some of this cheddar over here, or trying to get a hold to my dad's cheddar. But at the end of the day, Damien Prince has to blame his father for his wandering penis, okay? Because even Damien said after his divorce from his wife, he's had several relationships with women that hasn't worked out. We know D. Lowry, we know Erica, and y'all, them the two I know of on YouTube. I think it's another one. I'm not really sure. Y'all let me know down below if there's another chick from YouTube. But we know that Damien hasn't had a lot of good luck, because I think too, Damien he's getting into these relationships with these women to use them to help influence his channel. And now Damien's channel is really thriving. He's over 300,000 subscribers, and he's been able to get that way without the influence of a female counterpart. So Damien's just like, now he says in the video that he will take care of the son. He'll do right by his son. And I only hope so. I definitely think all of this is it's a hot mess. It's unfortunate that these people take their personal problems and put it out on YouTube. It's just like, I understand, having an audience and things of that nature. And me, if I was Erica, I probably would have did the video in a way of telling people what happened, and telling people, explaining to people how she is coping with the situation, maybe even giving other people tips and information on how they can help cope with a situation, or maybe even reaching out to other people in her video that has experienced what she has experienced. She didn't do that. I really felt like Erica did that video in a way to further, deteriorate Damien's image on YouTube, and then Damien uses his influence to further humiliate or deteriorate Erica's image on YouTube. If Erica does not get at this time that Damien is a very toxic person, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, at this point, I think both of these people are toxic for each other. I don't think they can deal in a romantic sense. I think they just need to figure out on how to co-parent the best way they know how. And Erica is still very young. And if obviously Erica is going to continue dating men, and if Erica is going to continue dating men, sis, you need to make sure that you date a man that's on your level and that is your match and has the same, biblical beliefs, moral values, that you have. It just appears that Damien does not think on your level, because if he did, sis, he would not have put you and your 8-year-old, at the time 7-year-old son out at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning in a city that you live 2 hours away from. You guys let me know what you think down below. Leave your comments of how you felt about both these videos. It's going to be a really good conversation down in the comments, and I'll definitely meet you guys down there. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, make sure you like this video and make sure you guys click that notification bell so I'll know that you're notified every time I put out a video. Remember, you guys, sub what you love. Bye-bye.